artery. So the only one, basically it's anywhere that it's red. So if I were to point at the hepatic artery, it would be the main red one here. You guys also have a red vessel that is entering into the liver as well. It's the hepatic artery. I don't know if it is. It is letter E. That is the hepatic artery. All right, so those are the only ones that you need to know as far as the transportation of blood. So the rest of these are going to be so all of these other terms, the right and left hepatic ducts, the common hepatic duct, cystic duct, common bile duct, and hepatopancreatic ampulla. These are all involved in the transportation of bile. So I'm going to show you my picture first, and then I will come through to each one of you guys and show you where they're located on the models. So what's going to happen is here is our liver here. So that's the liver. And if you're looking at the models, you'll see that looks like there's two kind of green tubes, two green vessels that are going into the liver. These first two vessels that branch into the liver are called the right and left hepatic ducts. Okay, so you'll have two that branch off. Those two right and left hepatic ducts are going to merge together to form the common hepatic duct. And so what happens is the liver creates bile, and depending on where it's getting created, it's going to get emptied either into the right or left hepatic duct, which both of these will end up going to a common place, which is the common hepatic duct. From here, the bile is going to travel over to the gallbladder. And the tube that it travels through, so the tube that is directly off of the gallbladder, is called the cystic duct. So if you can find the gallbladder, then the tubing that leaves it is the cystic duct. So the bile will get stored there, and then when needed, it will get released, and so it's going to go back out the same way it came back, the same way it came in, which will be through the cystic duct. But then what's going to happen is instead of going back up to the liver, because that was where it was made, it's going to make its way to the small intestine. And so the next place it's going to go is there's going to be this tube where you have merging of the cystic duct with the common hepatic duct right here. It creates the common bile duct. And it is this common bile duct that will make its way over to the beginning of the small intestine and eventually empty that bile into the small intestine. Now, in addition to the bile coming from the cystic duct, so through the common bile duct, I mentioned the pancreas is also really, really important for producing things for digestion. So what's going to happen is when you've eaten something, you're going to have this bile that gets produced that needs to get emptied in. Your pancreas is also going to be working hard to produce its own substances that also get secreted. So the pathway, so here the pancreas is making things, and it's also going to have a pathway of flow of the secretions. So from the pancreas, the tube that leaves out of the pancreas is called the pancreatic duct. And what's going to happen is the pancreatic duct and the common bile duct will merge, and all of these substances coming from the pancreas and the gallbladder and the liver will all empty into the small intestine at this one location called the hepatopancreatic ampulla. I know.
It's a fun word.
It's a weird word. I don't really like it. I don't like saying ampulla. Feels weird. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys on your models where they are. So you do need to be able to identify them also on here. The only thing that is weird on here is the way that this model is set up, where the right and left hepatic ducts are flipped. So, and it's just, they're not, anatomically they're correct. It's just because of the way that this model is made and the way that it's situated. When you're looking at it from this angle, it's not the same angle as you're looking at it on your models. So from this angle, this is the right hepatic duct, and then this is the left hepatic duct, which is not the same as the one that you have. So let me go through, but you should take pictures of this because you will need to know them on here. So let me show you guys where they are on here, and I'll come through to each one of your tables. All right, so you have to look over here if you want to see. Okay, so the two right and left, so this one right here is the right hepatic duct. This is the left hepatic duct. Okay, so these are the two right here. Well, they'll merge and they'll form the common hepatic duct, which is like the straight part of this Y. So right, left, common. This is the gallbladder. So coming off the gallbladder is the cystic duct. This is the cystic duct. This is going to merge with the common hepatic duct and form the common bile duct. Yep. So the common bile duct is going to travel down here, and this eventually is going to merge with the pancreas. So right here is the pancreas, and the duct that leaves the pancreas is the pancreatic duct. And so right here you have the common bile duct, the pancreatic duct, and where they merge and both empty into the small intestine is the hepatopancreatic ampulla, which would be right there.